This might come across as shitty and triggering, but we exist in life and I'm existing in life, so this is part of my life and part of my thought process that I would like to share. So thank you for listening. I've had a lot of friends in my life who talk about self-checkout, and that's going to be the term I use for not existing on this realm anymore via your own hand. So I have considered self-checkout many times. I understand. I get it. I prefer not to be around it anymore. I don't want to be around people who are constantly saying, well, I could just self-checkout. Well, I'm just gonna self-checkout. Well, if I don't get this job, I'm just gonna self-checkout. If I don't get the book on time, I'm just gonna self-checkout. And it's just, it's boring. It's so fucking boring and predictable. We're all gonna die. It's guaranteed. We're fucking gonna die. Woohoo! But what's really crazy, what's really wild, what's really, is finding reasons to live. Is saying, shit, self-checkout, that's always an option. Yeah, it is. And that's there. And not reaching for it. Now that's interesting. So many people are in love with the idea of being romanticized after their death, because many people are, which is another thing I do not agree with. If someone is a shitty fucking person in life, then they were a shitty fucking person, and you do not deserve sainthood and deserve to be put on a fucking pedestal just because you died. Congratulations, you're doing something everyone gets to do. Also, the desire to self-check out comes from the need to make whatever you are feeling stop. Whatever that feeling is, shame, guilt, fear, all of these things. There's a lot of really intense feelings out there in the world to be felt. And it gets even more intense when you have a spicy electric meatloaf controlling your meat sack. Spicy brains. They're so spicy and they feel so intense, and oftentimes they can be thinking in black and white. So this is how I feel now, so this is how I'm going to feel all the time. And if I feel really, really, really bad, and I have felt really, really, really bad so much of my life, and I can only remember the really, really, really bad things because your brain is trying to protect you. And by remembering, they can say, hey, follow that pattern, and maybe you can prevent it from happening again. And that's where like hypervigilance and then walking on eggshells comes from, and then you trying to guess what people's thoughts are and their actions and their motivations. And then that's a whole story you're telling yourself that you haven't really gotten that much input from someone else. And you can say, ooh, that person hasn't responded to me because they fucking hate my guts. Bro, they were taking a nap. But going to extremes has probably kept you safe in life, and having to make really hard decisions very, very fast and not given time to think out the consequences. So now that you react and you say, well, I have to do that, kind of like having a panic attack in the fucking grocery store because you can't figure out what goddamn milk you need because there's so many choices. And we're already overloaded from the hypervigilance and just people being crazy and you trying to figure out what everyone is thinking. That's a lot of people in a store. That's a lot of people to try and figure out what they're thinking and what their motivations and what's going to happen. That's exhausting. And then put that on top of so many other stressors. It makes sense. It makes sense. Wanting to self-check out, it makes sense. It is a solution, and it is a solution that will make the icky stop. In some form or fashion. Something that has really, really, really helped me try and get through and feel through and get to the other side. And the sides are, you know, constantly coming. There's always tunnels up ahead, but there's always light up beyond the tunnel. Is that I am sometimes not connected to my body as well as I would like to. And I might not have eaten food for the past 26 hours. I might have not drank enough water. I might need to go pee. I might need a shower. I might need to, you know, take some medicine. And because of that, and because of feeling things so intensely, I can go from, oh my God, I am dying, no, I'm just thirsty. Oh my God, I'm dying, I need to die, I want to die. No, I need a sandwich and a nap. I truly believe everyone should have a sandwich, a little snacky snack, jerk off, and take a nap before any big life decisions. And self-checkout is a big life decision. And oftentimes, if you can't find a reason to keep living for yourself, because that's a hard fucking reason. Something I have hated for so long in my life is when I am in the not great place and I say, hey, can you tell me something good? And someone responds with, well, you're alive. FYI, don't start there. That's a horrible place to start. No. Tell me about fluffy baby cows. You know, there's really the Highland cows, or like baby llamas, or miniature chickens. Now I'm just thinking about farm animals and I kind of forgot my train of thought. So big feelings could really be your body trying to cue you in of like, hey, let's keep maintenance of the meat sack up. Maybe you need to go brush your teeth. Maybe that will help. Maybe you need to go drink some water, drink some tea, drink some tea. Tea's awesome. Drink some Gatorade. Go get a bottle of Pedialyte and you need electrolytes, you know? Like what plants need? Yeah, you need them too. And if you can't afford Pedialyte or Gatorade, understandable. Use some water and get a pinch of salt, and that can help retain liquid and help the bodies. So yeah, you don't need to self-check out when you're having big feelings, or even just like little feelings that feel very, very big, because maybe all feelings are very fucking big because shit's intense, and that's okay. Oh yeah, finding reasons to keep existing that is not you existing. Something that has helped me so immensely from self-checking out is going and reading accounts of people who have had to deal with that. Of fathers who have held their son and bled all over them. Brothers who have lost their brother and how they think of them every day. I read one time, I was just talking about bills, and the person got overwhelmed and self-checked out because of money, and the sentence was, it was from the partner, I believe a fiance, was, I'd rather have them here with all those bad days than not here at all with no days. And there was a Post Secret that I saw years and years ago about there are no pretty self-checkouts. And there isn't. You will shit yourself. Promise. That's what meat sacks do. So, it's much more interesting to find reasons for yourself to keep going. Or maybe your feelings are not acknowledged unless they're very big and very loud. You are worthy of attention, and seeking attention is not bad. We are pack animals. We are social animals. We need each other.